Hello, my name is Pembe, and I work in the International Office here at the University of Girne. Thank you all for joining me today for our social media talk segment. Now, to start off, a few things about our university and its location. The University of Girne first was established in 2013, so we are fairly new. However, we are a fast expanding institution. We currently have 14 faculties, 3 vocational schools, 3 graduate schools and 2 academics. But we are growing much more with every academic year. The roots of the university lie with the establishment of the first Maritime Studies faculty in Cyprus at our sister university, Near East University, in 1978. This history gives us 42 years of expertise in the field. The faculty then moved to the University of Girne in 2013 when the construction was completed. We are located in a beautiful city, Girne, in North Cyprus, which is located south of Turkey. North Cyprus is known to be a fairly safe island, which makes it ideal for the student's life. The main language spoken here is Turkish. However, you'll find many people, like myself, that know English and or other languages. Now, without any further delay, I would like to welcome today's guest, the Dean of the Maritime Studies Faculty, Associate Professor Fatih Hüseyinoğlu. Let's just get him connected. Just waiting for a moment while he connects. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Very good. And how are you?
I'm well, thank you. So let's start off with, may we know a little bit more about you, about your education background, where you're from, how you came to Cyprus and to be a part of the University of Girne family.
I'm basically from Istanbul, Turkey, and all my education went on there, actually. I studied philosophy, actually. As an undergraduate, and then did my master's and PhD studies on environmental science, studying mainly marine ecosystems and marine related subjects. And I worked in TÜBİTAK Marmara Research Center for 8 years, and then decided to move to somewhere like calmer than Istanbul, like a little bit of cozy, and and where I can continue my diving and underwater research activities more oftenly. So I'm here.
Oh, thank you. And let's talk about the Faculty of Maritime Studies. What are some opportunities and advantages of this faculty?
Well, right now there's still a need for all types of mariners in the oceans, both in the transportation industry, various maritime sectors, including ports and terminals. It's still an ongoing business.
Yes.
So people are needed there.
Great. And so what can you tell me about the academic staff in this faculty? And also, what are some of the academic career opportunities for our current students and our prospective students?
Okay, first let me answer the first question, which is the...
Yes, of course. Sorry.
The staff has a very nice and a good balance between academicians and people who came actually from the sea. So we are lucky in that situation. So we have the chance to teach the students both the academician's way and the real man in the business with the hands, the experiences coming from the sea.
Yes, which does help when teaching a certain field, yes.
Yeah, some of the things, it's not written on the books. And you need to learn it from somebody who was there before.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the answer to your second question is we have a Master's of Science and PhD programs in Transportation Management Engineering. So the students may continue their academical career through those studies, and it has been, successfully on agenda for a few years now.
Excellent, that's great. And when we look at the near and distant future of this faculty, what kind of developments can our students expect?
Well, I was in a meeting a couple of days ago with all the people from the maritime faculties from Turkey. And, one thing came to my attention, which was all the facilities for a maritime faculty to be founded are very expensive, and they are, state-of-the-art things. And so let's combine in Turkey to have some few centers where all the students can go there. We are so lucky that we have everything. In a single university in small Cyprus, we have all those instruments and all those things that a whole country is planning to make a few centers. We have them all. So the opportunities in University of Kyrenia is mainly we are up-to-date systems. We have up-to-date systems, and we have up-to-date knowledge, both from our some of our staff going to the sea in the summers, and some very talented academicians as well.
Excellent. And we do have ship simulators and vessels, a couple if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we have a lot of things, yes.
Excellent. This is great to hear.
It might be too technical here, but they can always contact me first.
Okay. We'll leave that for another time then.
Okay.
Okay. And so there's this classic question that's asked at all education fairs. Why the Faculty of Maritime Studies at University of Kyrenia? What makes us stand out from the other universities?
Well, first of all, any business in the seas, or specifically this maritime transportation or mechanical engineering, is something that you have to love. You have to love and adore this. To be able to do it, you have to love it. There's no other way. I mean, there's no way that, okay, I will do this a few years and let's see. There's no way like that. You have to love the sea. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So we are very lucky that in Kyrenia, we are near the sea. We are surrounded by the sea and ships and some part of transportation business. So, it's like we're right on top of it.
Yes, I agree. And are there any suggestions or reminders you would like to give to our prospective students when applying for these departments in this faculty?
Well, what I would suggest very strongly that for the students now, it's the time of the internet, and information and knowledge can be accessed anytime. So before deciding to study anything, let them have a little bit of research on what's going on, how the training is, and what opportunities are waiting. And somehow, if they choose this maritime sector, they need to know languages.
Yes.
When they come to my age, there's going to be no time to learn languages. So let them have the opportunity to take their times and learn as many languages as possible if they're going to be in the maritime sector.
Yes, I agree with all of that. And what should the prospective students prepare themselves for during their studies in this field? What kind of challenges and unforgettable experiences are they to expect?
Well, first of all, I mentioned this before, in the maritime sector, you're alone. You're on the sea sometimes for 3-4 months without seeing, with only seeing your crew, which is sometimes like 10 people, and some seabirds if you're lucky. And, you're completely isolated from the rest of the world, apart from some internet coverage. and it's not always. So people have to be ready for this. Okay.
Yes.
And this is sometimes very good, actually. When I go to the beach and not take my telephone with me, not take my cell phone with me, I sometimes feel very, very different. You know, it's something like that, but for extended periods of time. So that is something they have to be ready about. But other than that, it's lovely.
And do you have any anecdotes from your student years that you would like to share with us?
Well, the one that I can tell is we were on a research vessel in the middle of Baltic Sea, and we couldn't see the land for the past few days, and we were in the middle somewhere, and there was a huge storm. Our boat, the research vessel, was 40 meters, but you know, everybody was saying, okay, we're going to sink, you know. Somehow I was the only person who wasn't Polish on the entire ship, and I was the only one who wasn't afraid.
And I'm sure there was a language barrier and everything, the culture barrier and everything like that.
No, not really.
No?
No, we look like each other, scientists.
Excellent. And also, so I've seen that we've kind of flew through today. So I just wanted to ask a few more things. I know from a few former students that when they did their seagoing training, they traveled to many countries around the world. I'm sure that is one big advantage of this field, is seeing the world from a different perspective.
At the University of Girne, we established a Marine Student Career Center. So right now, all our students have almost zero difficulty in finding the trainings, and all through the world, actually. And people are going to everywhere from South America to China to, you know, they first fly there, get on the ship and travel to some other part of the world for extended periods of time. Sometimes
even all the way to Australia on the other side.
Wait, all the way to down under.
Yes.
They do it, yeah.
Excellent, yes. And is there anything else you would like to share with us? Anything at all? Any piece of advice?
Well, they have to, you know, it's, as I said, it's the time of, you know, communication. Everybody needs to be stayed in communication all the time to get the best of knowledge and to be able to prevent themselves from making errors.
Okay, great. Well, I guess we've come to the end of our segment for today. Thank you very much for taking the time out and joining us, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that's all we have time for today. Tomorrow, please join me with Assistant Professor Emite Torres from the Department of Tourism and Hotel Management. Thank you all again, and hope to see you soon.